Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 5, where today I was going to do some guard duty. Unfortunately, the ones on Birmingham Cross City with the Class 170 aren't actually working properly. You don't get any points. So, what I'm going to do, if I can find one, yeah, we'll do that one. It's another one with a broken down Class 170. But we're going to do some unblocking of tracks. A Class 170 has broken down near Birmingham New Street and is blocking the way. As a qualified Class 170 driver, please help to unblock the tracks before ending your shift. That'll be a bit more fun. I mean, I've not actually done that recently, so and as you can probably tell, I'm recording this before this big thing, the Dovetail Games Direct, which is their announcements for the end of the year, which will include Train Sim World 6, the routes that you can get if you buy the bundle. I will be doing the free upgrades, so if I want the routes I'll have to pay for them separately. Unless the bundle comes out cheaper than getting the 3 routes separately. Not sure yet. Anyway, here's the scenario. Tunnel trap. Sitting and in driver mode. Okay. Advantage of doing this as opposed to the morning has been passing so well. A Class 170 train has broken down in a tunnel at Birmingham New Street and has already caused a passenger service bound for Nottingham to be rerouted. You are the only driver terminating at Birmingham that is qualified. Yeah, it cut short. Right, unlock the doors. Is that in? Yep. Okay. Something I want to switch on. Cut in. And not isolated. Okay. There it is. That's what I want. Before I do anything though, because I like being able to hear what the engine's doing, open the windows. Come on, why are we going backwards? Stop at University, and then Birmingham. It's a simple run, basically, because it will be cross-country. Yep. Cross-country only stop at Birmingham University. What number have we got? 636, and we are a 3-car train. Okay. Don't need the emergency brake. I forgot I haven't done that. There we go. We go up to 80 in just a second. We'll probably have to be aware of signals as we go up the 1 in 37 Licky incline, the steepest adhesion worked incline in the UK. It's quite a long incline as well. As I said in the last video that featured this route, the days of steam, even in the day early diesel, sometimes nowadays you get banking where an engine goes at the back and helps push the train up. Early days, Midland Railway LMS, it was an 010 tender engine known as either Big Emma or Big Bertha, depending on who was talking about it. And then whenever that was out of service, it was a couple of tank engines. When BR took over, they tried the LNER U1 Garrett, which banked trains up a gradient over on the East Coast line. That didn't prove as successful as Big Bertha. When Big Bertha became life expired in the 1950s, it was replaced with 9Fs, one of which was fitted with Bertha's headlamp. The lighter trains that required banking used a couple of tank engines, Ginties, which are the LMS 060, or Great Western Pannier tanks. There's going to go past the Scout campsite at Pikes Pool. That is Blackwell Park, I believe. Pikes Pool's near the top of the incline. You can usually tell on the left. That's what I want, that view. I can't remember how far along the line. Okay, we're at the top of the embankment already. Or the incline. And we'll suddenly start speeding up. It's quite a gradient at 1 in 37. Next signal's green. Electric units don't struggle as much as diesels. Steam struggle even more, but that'd make an interesting scenario. a steam engine going up with a banker on the rear. Or just top and tail full stop. I know that vintage trains have run steam tours up the incline. I don't know whether they actually have bankers on. It's a pity there's no pannier tanks in this game. Or any tank engines other than the blue one. Yeah, would actually be quite good having pannier tanks, ginties, the LNER version, which was the J94, the buck jumpers, any of the J class tank engines. Great Western's 060s were nearly all pannier tanks. LMS preferred side tanks. There were a few saddle tanks, both Great Western and LMS, but the 060s were mostly side or pannier tank depending on the railway. LNER, the one they had the most of was the J7. The one that was basically the austerity tank. J67. No, that's buck jumper. J94. Right, I think then. Oh, we've got the yellow. We've got to get to Birmingham University in just over 10 minutes. Should be able to do that, as long as we don't get a red signal. Thing is, I think we'll hit a red signal. Because the next signal is red and I'm slowing down for it. See if the signal changes before I reach it. No. Ooh, railhead treatment train. Oh, it's gone green, gone yellow. I've got to stop anyway because I've put it into emergency. It will automatically stop. Next signal is red, but that's because there's a train in section. We've got 2.7 miles before University Station. By the time we reach that signal, it should have gone green. We'll be chasing a class 323. And we'll keep an eye on that signal. We're now onto the double track bit. Just run through here at a nice steady 29 miles an hour. Be prepared to apply the brakes again. Go, wait for it's on clear. We pull up and the signal clears. Got a couple more stations to go past before we get to University. Next signal is 0.9 miles, which is just after the next station, which we don't stop at officially. We just have to be aware of it's going clear, so I can try and increase my speed a little bit. Well, it's yellow, not fully clear, but it does mean that I don't have to stop for it. Build up a bit of speed. Should be going past Bromsgrove soon. We'll get the AWS warning, but we're going past Bromsgrove. So, station after next is the one we have to stop at. So the next one is hospital. Or the one for the QE, Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Slowing down. Train's in the station by the look of it. I need to try and get to a signal before I stop, so I can actually see what it says. Cleared. Okay, in real life you wouldn't get in-cab signalling on these. But it's useful knowing what the next signal's going to be when I'm... There's a Class 170 in West Midlands Rail livery. We might be a little late approaching university. We've still got just under a mile to go, and we've got a red front to us. Hopefully after we've stopped at university we won't get another red. We'll get yellows because we'll be chasing through 5 ways into New Street. Yeah, this is the hospital one. I'll just coast a little. The train I'm following is in the next section. Unlike tramways, we don't operate with line of sight on this, because the train's a little bit heavier and takes a lot more stopping. Next station is our station. There's the signal. Just get closer to it. Wait for it to go yellow. I'm going to be a bit late because of the signal. Because it will take over a minute to get down to university from here. Nothing I can do about that though, because the other train is... There we go. Wrong way. $350 now. I'm going to be about half a minute late, I'm going to say. As we draw into university. Not too bad, actually. This is the station for Birmingham University. There we go. Half a minute down. Which is what I thought it would be. I can possibly make that up if I'm not having to stop at red signals. All depends on whether the Class 323 in front of me is stopping at Five Ways, which is the only other station between me and Birmingham New Street now. We go to Birmingham New Street, 2.5 miles. Nearest makes no difference. Nearly 10 AM. in game. We've got the canal next to us. Yeah. Signal after next is still red, so it stopped at 5 ways. Hopefully I won't get stopped, but I'm going to have to just coast. Sure, it's still red. It's cleared. We'll be in Birmingham supposedly in 4 minutes. Got to go through 5 ways station and then 5 ways tunnel. I didn't press anything, so why did that from what preceded signals indicate? All I was doing was cancelling the speed AWS, because here's the signal one. It's 40 5 ways and lower through the tunnels. Yellow signal, single yellow. There's the first tunnel. Signal's gone yellow. We're going to be a bit late. That's because of the late running service in front of us. Once we have gone into New Street, we've then got to go and rescue the broken down Class 170, which will be in Queen Street Tunnel, I think. So that'll be fun. Alongside, I'm not sure which canal it is. I think it might be the Grand Union there. A little bit of locking up as we approach 5 ways, which is here. Start slowing down for the tunnels. It's there 20. That's 5 ways done, and next signal is red. And into the tunnel, the first of the 2 tunnels. Signal's cleared. But I still need to get down to 20. Before we get to Queen Street Tunnel. Which is this one. We're going downhill as we go into New Street. So applying brakes goes down to 20 and then it goes down even lower down to 10. We'll see what the class 323 was when we get into New Street Station, because it'll be sitting in the platform next to us. We've got yellows, double yellow for this one, the next one will be single yellow, which is halfway along New Street platform. We're going into platform 10 by the look of it. Need to apply brakes again. There's the broken down service. 3 coach by the look of it, so that'll be fun to couple up to. Come on, release the brakes. I didn't want to release brakes for a second because I was going too slow. At least that's not too far into the tunnel. Right, 10 mph speed limit. We're going down a 1 in 77. So we're still going down as we approach New Street. It levels off in the station. But oh yeah, we're not going into the normal platform because we've got to buffer up to that and couple up. There's a class 170 going, by the look of it, up the west coast. So that'll be going towards Wolverhampton maybe. There's the 323 that we were following. We just creep forward into platform 12. No, 10. Still in platform 10. We're now on the level. As that class 323 leaves. And stop. Everyone comes off. I can isolate the AWS now because won't need it while I'm shunting. Lock doors. Brake to B3. That's off. That's out. Swap ends. Okay, folks, you should have got off. Go and speak to Andy Burr. Hello, we had an issue with a train breaking down in the tunnel ahead. Since you're qualified to drive the Class 170, we need you to head back to your train to rescue the one in the tunnel ahead and bring it back out onto the platform. Okay. Knew I was going to do that anyway, so go into this cab. Close the door. Sit down. I like to hear the engine, as I said. Right. Oh. Power on. Right. Brake. We have restricted speed, which is anything below 5. It's the first time I've done coupling up using a Class 170. So it'll be interesting. I've done it with the Southern High Speed Route, Southeastern High Speed Route, doing it with a Turbo Star is a bit different. Just going to accelerate a little bit. While we go over the points. That Pendolino would be going up towards Wolverhampton, then Stafford, and possibly beyond. Though you do get Pendolinos that terminate at Wolverhampton. That's straight up through the tunnel directly in front of me now. That's the West Coast Main Line Birmingham branch. I will never call it the Main Line proper, because the Main Line originally went through from Stafford through Rugeley, Lichfield, Tamworth, Atherstone, Nuneaton, down to Rugby. Oh. Why are you showing that? I want the horn. Need a little bit more power because we're slowing down too much. I've never seen how to couple up with one of these, so this will be interesting. I don't think I have to get out. Not in service. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm coupling up to you. A little bit more power. Coupled. Brake to 3. That's off. Oh, that's got to go to neutral. Press and hold the couple button for 2 seconds. Coupled. Reverser to off. And key out. And now I'll go back down to the other end. Okay, I'll close the window again. Hello folks, you should really have got off in New Street. It's not as if we're going anywhere, we're just shunting. Okay, shunting in one of these is quite fun, but it's not something that you normally do with public on. Right. Key back in. Not like that. Now we're going to platform 12. And before we move, a little bit of the horn. There's a train leaving. I can hear a train. An electric train. Can't see it. We just go into platform 12, and then this scenario is done. Oh, speeding a bit. Must be an alarm that's going off. That is that sound. I don't know which platform's the bay platform. We stopped just after the yellow. A. There we go. Set the brake to R3. Reverser to off. Close windows before I do anything. And turn the desk off. And that. Thank you for completing this run. Let's see how you performed. That would be the end of the scenario. Sitting in platform 12A at Birmingham New Street. Tiny bit of speeding at New Street. So 52.5 minus. We were 1.8 yards from where we were supposed to have stopped at University. 4.89 yards and a minute late at Birmingham for the first stop. and then 5.95 yards once we'd rescued the Class 170. Got a gold medal, coupling plus 500, on time bonus 140, accuracy bonus 476. That was actually quite good. Icy Incline will be another day. Hope you've enjoyed that relatively quick run with a little bit of rescue work at the end. Friday's video will be a return to the world of Thomas the Tank Engine on the West Somerset Railway as we start the devious diesel timetable runs. There aren't as many of them as there were for Thomas, so that's going to be a relatively short series. But I don't know of any steam tours or light engine moves coming through the town at the moment. Those tend to be extra videos anyway. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because it really does help. And until next time, which will be Friday, be seeing you.